7-iron chip that takes one bounce and hits the fucking flagstick and drops in like a stone.
Death to the queer and the weird and the lame.
Asshole.
What about Doonesbury?
I never had much to do with comic strips. Well, it depends on your perspective, you know.
What is your perspective?
Well, I got to tell you that people who grew up in this country want to be, what, firemen and cowboys and pimps, maybe. You know, you never know.
Or sheriff.
But maybe sheriff. But nobody grows up here wanting to be a comic strip character, do they? So I'm a pioneer. And no, I don't like it.
Get a royalty?
Hell no, that filthy little animal. Yeah, his parents sent him to Yale. They slaved and worked. They were humble people. And they sent this boy, they boy to Yale for 4 years. And all he learned to do was to steal other people's work. And I don't know, it's a shock. But I don't pay much attention to it. I was in the middle of covering the Pulitzer divorce trial, which is really covering the Palm Beach. Now, I realize you live out here in this clean, wet air, and it isn't like Palm Beach. And you can't imagine how really corrupt those people are. And that's all I did was explain that Palm Beach is like this. When nobody works, everybody makes $1 million a year just clipping coupons, and they fight over inches of beachfront on the sand. And well, remember that story where the freighter washed up in one of those women's yards? That's Palm Beach. Yeah. She was amused. It's that there. They had 81 Haitians washed up there one day, and they were amused. Yeah, dead Haitians, boat people. Yeah, there's nothing, Palm Beach is a funny place. Yeah, they got a sense of humor that won't quit. And I would never claim they were guilty. I would have to go over to Roxanne's house every night when I had to be in court. The press contingent was so huge, and they had 12 press dates, so you had to be there at 7 in the morning to sign up. No matter who you were, it didn't matter. So I would have to stay up every night at Roxanne's house, and those people would take cocaine in bags like the sort of thing you'd buy in a drugstore with talcum powder, and just shake it out on the kitchen table, and say, well, we have to do it all now because we have to go to court in the morning. That was hard on me. And yeah, they were more excessive than I was. Nixon's a guy who admits now that he did not burn the tapes, and that was his main failure. You know, Nixon was evil. Nixon, he maneuvered. Nixon got to his knees, on his knees at night in the Lincoln Room, and prayed to the portrait of Abe Lincoln. And Nixon made weird deals, with Kissinger at 3 in the morning. Nixon took Manolo, the butler, out at 5 in the morning, saying, after he drunk 3 margaritas, which was, martinis, which was, when Richard Nixon drank 3 martinis, that was it. It was like the rest of us eating a lot of acid. Nixon could not drink. It was not a racial thing or a stature. I wondered about it. It was karmic. And Nixon could not go out with his speechwriters and drink with reporters. He could not mingle. So when he did, he would go utterly nuts at night. And of course, his wife was a question mark, a pretzel of some kind. And his family hated him and abhorred him. So he was left at night with Manolo, the butler. And unlike Reagan, who takes naps and goes to sleep, Nixon didn't. He would prowl the White House at night. And there was a anti-war protest of some kind when Nixon grabbed Manolo and said, let's go out and talk to them. And he went out and talked football to them, something about Ohio State. Like 15,000 children underneath the Washington Monument, Nixon had a sense of, let's go out and play. You know, well, not play, but he was a player. Now, Nixon's, he was evil, but he would hurt you. Yeah, just to get into the White House to talk to Nixon will keep you real sharp for a long time.
Nixon or North or Meese, it's the same old bullshit. Nothing's ever going to change.
Well, let me just tell you something, sport, and I agree with you, and I have done that and thought that way before, but let me warn you that this time they are going to fall apart, and someone's going to have to pick them up. And this is democracy, and unless you're a foreign national or an agent of a foreign power, and maybe even then, you may be the one to have to pick it up. No, that's the, yeah, we all pray for the Armageddon and the bonfires on the hill and the great shrieking and the, you know. Oh yeah, oh no, we want the action, but we do live there, and we're not going to die, not all of us, in this Holocaust. And this is a dark thought, and I don't want to ruin your young life, but it's going to change. But nobody, I'm not going to take care of the change. Ed Meese is not going to take care of the change. You're going to be a part of that. Yeah. It is true. The mentality behind the drug? What do you use? What kind of stuff do you use? I'll tell you what I use. Oh, I could tell you anything at all, couldn't I? But I'm in kind of a dead-end, ugly mood, and I don't catch salmon. I beat them to death. It's just my. Earl Roberts is going to die very soon, isn't he? God, what hatred. Al? Big Al. Al ran it for a while. Yeah. He made the mistake of admitting it one day. Yeah. I would kill them all. Well, hey, I don't know what God's going to do. I've always kept a safe distance from him, but... Hey, wait a minute now. What have you been reading? Yeah, there's a ring of truth in what you're getting at, but I don't think I've said these things. I don't want to go to my grave thinking that they all spoke a different language. Maybe the draft should be back, so you'd be really scared.